field now, it might be a good time to explain kind of the format of what we're going to be doing here tonight. As the bands come on the field, you'll get kind of a synopsis of what their show design is from the directors as they come to the front of the field. Throughout the performance, as it warrants, and I'll try to keep my mouth shut as much as possible, but as comments come to mind, things that may help band directors to strengthen their band programs, or at least their marching band chops, I'll be commenting as the bands perform, and then we'll wrap it up at the end.
Hi, I'm Nate Behringer, and I'm the director of the Grosseile High School Red Devil Marching Band. And our show this year is music from West Side Story. Our drum majors are Catherine Page and Emma Taylor, and I hope you enjoy the show. Thanks.
Opening set here with the coder stage right down the field. Uniform, very striking color, stands off the stage quite well. Looking side to side, real simple thing when you're coming off the line, ladies of the color guard, if you're going to start that right slam, do make sure that you have your equipment at a good strong shoulder hip angle, covering crutch tips, not covering crutch tips. These are simple little things that if you do them well can improve your overall score, just because you've already instilled in the mind of the judge and your audience that you pay attention to those small details, and then the other things in your show will fall into place.
Drum majors Catherine Page and Emma Taylor, the field is yours for Class B fanfare performance.
Technique. They seem to have a good understanding of their guide and cover here in these files. Nice character stepping over there in the color guard as they're coming off the field to change their equipment. Back step there in the low brass wasn't handled too badly. Usually you see a lot of bands, when they move into a back step like that, back and carry their weight in their hips. And you want to make sure that you keep the weight more on the balls of your feet and keep your weight forward. Pulling the soloist right into the middle of the green space, using the color guard to accent that back into more of a power set. Opening up the double silk to pick up that dynamic change there. Nicely done. For what I have to assume is going to turn into a drum solo here any minute. There's we're coming across, completing what we used to call the triad back in the day. The drill demands, the dance demands, and the equipment demands all at the same time. Looking at the transition to equipment, this is something that if I were judging this or working with this group, that I would encourage them to try to choreograph this change a little bit more. They handle their equipment very well when they're on the field. We want to make sure that our transitions on and off the field are performed as well and thought through. Choice in the guard here to start on a red flag. That's kind of antithetical to what most people would do, and it's very clever. Actually, I like it a lot. Using a hot color for that soft introduction to the Tonight Quartet. Very clever. Nice contrary motion out there in the winds. That's making for a lot more interest. Company front, especially when you're doing the high step. We want to make sure that we're defining that technique a little bit more, but overall handled very well from student to student on the field. a lot of nice things happening down there tonight. Just a couple general comments from a design standpoint. Really appreciate the fact that you caused your students to exhibit a lot of different techniques. They had to handle back marching, side-to-side marching, high stepping in a company front, while maintaining their form integrity, which I thought they handled pretty well for the most part. The drill was a little bit static, tended to lend itself more toward solid form manipulation and files and whatnot, but handled quite well from student to student. From the color guard, I appreciated the work. I think they had some really good moments out there. A lot of red in the show. I thought there were some opportunities to maybe explore some different opportunities, some different color palettes out there to try to maybe enhance that moment a little bit more. Maybe use some more cool colors as they're going through. I also thought from a design standpoint that the color guard staged pretty much on side one or stage right throughout most of their show. They really didn't get a chance to integrate into the drill a great deal, and I really would have liked to have seen that from them. I thought the drum line was handled quite well. They did move around a little bit from side to back to center stage and then down. I'm a little intrigued by the fact that they set up the center line of their field on the 40 as opposed to the 50. Not really sure what the rationale behind that was, but it worked well for them. My only problem is I'm on the left side of the 50, so I had to put my head out the window to see what was going on over there. But I'm sure if I weren't in this press box, it would have come across really quite well. Overall, like I said, I think they're doing a nice job. The uniforms lend themselves well to their performance. Obviously, at this point in the season, there are a lot of things that need to be cleaned up, but I think they've got a good foundation on which to build. General things, the upper body orientations, the way that you're holding the instruments. A lot of brass instructors will have their students think of holding the instrument from the back as opposed to from the arms, just because holding it from the arms will make you look much smaller, especially when you have this big red uniform on.